Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Principle of Chiropractic broadcast brought to you by DE and Band of Brothers everywhere. Got my buddy Baron in the back there. He's taking a little snooze. He wanted to come get some good principle tonight. Before we go too far, I want to remind everybody that next week is 4th of July. Yes, 4th of July. And so we will not have a call next Tuesday. We'll take that day, that whole week as a holiday. First thing up for some reminders for everybody. DE is 3 weeks away. So make sure you've got your hotel pinned down. Make sure you've got yourself registered. Do not wait until the last minute to register. Make sure you get yourself on the list ASAP. It's July 18th through the 24th. It is in Atlanta at the Marriott, just across from the Braves Stadium. So we know that that's going to be a nice, big, busy time. Who knows if there's a baseball game or not, but just make sure you get all that stuff taken care of here in the next week so that you're not rushing around or find yourself without a room. And this is the last one before the kids go back to school too. So it's always a big fun. This is a new hotel, Marriott Perimeter Center. For this one, is that correct, Kat? Am I understanding that correctly? All right, there we go. Yeah, okay. So sorry, guys, I missed that. So there we are. We're at the Marriott Perimeter Center. Make sure you get your directions. Don't listen to me because you'll be at the wrong hotel. And that Saturday, we're going to have a party. It's going to be 1920s Gatsby style party. So make sure you get all your fun 1920s gear up. And so we'll have some fun on Saturday. And then after this coming DE, October DE is the gala. It is a big deal. It's our 60th anniversary. Diamonds are forever. DE is forever. So we are going with a James Bond theme on that. Make sure you get your swankiest black tie attire. We're going to look good for this party, guys. You also have the opportunity still to buy tickets, to purchase your ring or your pendant, your ad space in the journal. There's lots going on at DE, everybody. We are really going to put this down in the history books. So you can do that at lifede.com, or you can call Kat. All that information is there. And so, yeah. 2 more DEs this year. The year is going by fast. It's already the middle to the end of summer. I feel like once we have 4th of July, I feel like we just go fast towards school and holidays and all that. So we want to stay connected. We want to stay together and make sure that we all end the year extremely successfully, extremely principled, and extremely full of love. So all of that. Speaking of all of those wonderful qualities, tonight's guest, not only is she beautiful and loving, she is on fire. I really enjoy hearing Jennifer. So she has a Cafe of Life in South Florida. She's bringing the power. She had a little power outage today, so she knows how to turn the power back on. So we're going to let Jennifer take it away. Thanks for sharing with us, and let's get going.
Awesomeness. Good to be here with you guys today. South Florida is full of sunshine, and it's also full of thunderstorms. So I am honored again to be here with you guys. Wanted to share with you a couple of things that I think are very important. And I'll share with you a little bit. I started out as a patient with Dr. Walter Sanchez. It was obviously a life-changing experience because here I am loving and serving families now, transforming the lives of families with chiropractic in South Florida. And I started out as a patient, became a CA when I realized that this was my calling. Right before going to chiropractic school, I just wanted to be hands-on right away with patients. I got the honor of working with Dr. Hodish for a while, and then I went off to life. And there's a couple of things that I want to share with you guys that have helped me in the ups and downs of practice. And obviously, some of you have been coming to DE for many years, some of you have been coming to DE for decades, and some of you are new. And the consistency of being at DE is one of those things that has provided a foundation, right? A rock and a solid foundation for me to be able to go through school, learn a lot of things, and then unlearn the things that don't matter so that we can actually apply the things that do matter, which is reconnecting people to their innate intelligence for maximum expression of health. Also, going to DE has provided a family where I know I could get love and support. I know I could talk to, I know that I could get adjusted. I know that I could reach out, and I know that I could love and support my brothers and sisters from DE. Going to DE also provided a strong foundation with regards to the principle. What is the principle? The principle is that when we reconnect people to their innate intelligence and their innate healing, it simply works. It doesn't matter. The principle is that there is an innate intelligence within us, and when we are expressing it at full force, we are healthier. People are better being adjusted than not. And that is what also has given us the strength, many of us, as we went through with the scandemic that happened 4 years ago, right? We stayed strong in our principle. We served people. Many of us fought, laws and government to be able to stay open. Some of us were also blessed to be able to stay open, but it was because we were so clear that getting adjusted is better than not. So there's a couple of things that I want to share with you guys also that has helped me in my years of practice and has helped me also stay strong. And things that I learned at DE and things that have been reinforced throughout different seminars. One of those is the proper preparation so that we could serve better on the next day. Throughout the DEs that I've gone to, I've learned different things such as do not drink alcohol, especially before the day you go into service. Disconnect from watching TV. Don't watch the news because it's going to brainwash you, right? It's all programming. And then also preparing yourself for the next day or the day of, whether it's the morning of through the 49 breaths, whether it is by getting early to the office and reviewing the appointment book with your team, whether it's scripture, but that preparation to prepare the mind and then also the body. There are some of us that have been in practice for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. And as you start to be in practice throughout the years, it's very important that we also consider proper preparation of the body. What is called priming, whether it's stretching, whether it's doing stretches, exercising in the morning to get that physiology up so that when you get into the body, you also have, into the office, you have high energy in the body. I'm also surprised, and I want to share this with you guys. If you're listening to this and you're not preparing your body by getting adjusted, please make sure that you're getting checked on a regular basis. Sometimes people get so busy serving other people, chiropractors get so busy serving other people that they forget to get their weekly checkups. And I say this because I've come across way too many chiropractors that when we see each other at seminars or when they come and pass by the office to visit and they say, "Can you adjust me?" I'll say, "Yes." And then I'll say, "When was your last adjustment?" And I'll be told, "Oh, it was a couple of months ago. It was 2 months ago. It was 3 months ago." And we're very clear that we do not want that for our patients, much less we don't want that for ourselves. Being a chiropractor is very physically demanding, and you want to make sure that you yourself are getting adjusted because you got to walk your talk. So I say this because proper preparation physically includes those adjustments, just like we tell people, get adjusted on a regular basis. And like I said, when I go to seminars and I get the honor of adjusting people and I ask for an adjustment myself, I see that too many of us are not getting adjusted on a regular basis, and that's important. And that's the great part of having your band of brothers and sisters that are chiropractors, where you get adjusted by each other. I get the pleasure of getting adjusted by Dr. Tom. I have 2 associate doctors that are part of my team now, and I get adjusted on a regular basis, and I make sure that they actually get adjusted too, because we want to walk our talk. Love you, Brian Morty T2, Florida Chiropractors Rock. And so then also I wanted to share with you guys, there's been stages in life where I've been through, right, where we get busy with practice or practice slows down, or the holidays come and people start to travel and they don't follow up with their appointments. And I want to make sure that when you're looking at the numbers, right, because as a business, we're chiropractors where we love and serve, but you want to look at the numbers. I want to make sure that we stay focused, that you guys remember to stay focused on love and service, because sometimes the business mind can pull you aside, but you want to get back to loving and serving. And Dr. Sid spoke about having a serving hand, right? And then he spoke about having a receiving hand. And I don't remember the same exact words that he spoke about, but you want to have the transactional energy, but always, always serve from the heart. When I started practice, I'll tell you this, some of you guys might know my story, many of you don't. When I started my practice and I only had $2,000 in the bank. And that was to pay for my mortgage, pay for my car insurance, buy food, and start a business. My best friend actually loaned me so I could put the down payment on renting my space. And then I just got out there and I started to do screenings and health fairs. And times have changed a lot. A lot of people get to build their practice with social media presence. But I was out there telling people about the principle, and we're out there doing it again, right? We're getting back out there now that we're able to do community events. But one of the things that happens is you want to make sure that you are teaching people and that you're focusing on loving and serving when you teach that principle, and you're connecting heart to heart. When you're doing your doctor's report, people really get that I care about them and that I want what's best for them, right? When we're out there in health fairs and people get to meet you at a screening, speak from the heart. Let them know that you just want to serve them. You just want to reconnect them. People will commit to care more so because they know that you care more than the even clinical information that you give them. And I give a super thorough doctor's report where we go in subluxation by subluxation. I give them a subluxation chart, we circle all that, and we explain the impact on their health. But I can tell you that I can tell a difference when I'm grounded and I connect from my heart to those patients that I'm doing the doctor's report to, or when I'm meeting people in the community. When they feel your heart that you want to help them, that's when they come in. So make sure, and I want, if you're taking notes, right there, love and serve, okay? I love that that was the motto at Life University: give, do, love, and serve. I love that some of you guys have it on tattoos in your back, different parts of your body. Love and serve is one of the number one things that will help you build a practice and build retention, because there are no other doctors that are going to care for their practice members like DE doctors will do, like chiropractors, especially DE doctors. There's no other profession that I know of that gets together 4 times a year with a whole bunch of other people in the same profession because they want to love and serve and because they want to expand their heart. So make sure that you stay focused, because whether the numbers go up, whether the numbers go down, it's all about one thing. It's about loving and serving from the heart, giving out of your own abundance, giving that presence, being 100% present with people when you're talking to them, when you're adjusting them, because an adjustment takes 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, right? But an adjustment really takes 3 minutes. But if you're 100% present, if you 100% love them in those 3 minutes, it's going to seem like a lifetime. I have a couple of rules in my office for my team and for me. I don't exist. If you text me, I don't exist. If my family needs me, they can call me at the office, but they're not going to find me on my cell phone because cell phones do not exist in the office. The only thing that exists is the person that walks through the door, and that's in front of me at that moment. Whether it's my CA, whether it's our patient, whether it's somebody that walks through the door and has questions, nothing exists except that person, and I am 100% present, ready to love and serve. So with that, sharing something else that I learned and I think I learned about this in the gathering, right? Those of us that had the blessing and the pleasure to go to the gathering with Dr. Sigafus and Dr. Santo, and I forget the other gentleman's name with the glasses. If you're watching and you've been to the gathering, please tell me what his name is. He had the big square glasses, a little bit thicker frame. It was Sigafus, Dr. Santo, and him. And I remember in one of the gatherings, they spoke about how when you walk through the door, you gotta make sure that when you walk through the door in the office, everything has to stay outside of the door. We all have personal stuff going on. We all have things, whether it's personal, whether it's family, whether it's with our own physical stuff. And the moment we walk through the door, you want to program yourself to detach from everything and be ready to serve. Because when people come through the door, you don't know what they need. I've had people come and tell me that, and you've heard about this in DE. I've had people come and tell me through the door that they came in and they just were so depressed, they wanted their life to end, but that every time they came in, whether it was the adjustment, whether it was the smile, whether it was the hug, they felt like they mattered. And they walked out and they were able to continue living until they came in again. And we reconnected them and we loved them. And we reconnected them and we loved them until they felt empowered enough to where those thoughts were no longer part of their everyday life. And then they also had the courage to share that with us. And so what we do is we want to be present, we want to love them, we want to serve them, but we want to live anything that's affecting us and that's going to disconnect us from being present. Thank you, Dr. Paula. Cecil. So Cecil was the person with the glasses that was also part of the gathering. And so that's where I learned about being present and disconnecting anything that was going to interfere with us being 100% present with our patients at that moment, disconnecting it and leaving out the door. And one of the things that also happened at the gathering, which we don't have a gathering right now, so I want you to find resources, and DE is one of those resources. You want to learn how to shed. You want to learn how to work on your personal husks, right? Those things are keeping us, because we've all been through pain. We've all been through hard moments in life. We've all been through loss. We've all been through disappointment, but going to DE helps us shed. There have been times that I've gone to DE, actually just 2 years ago. I was at DE and I was sitting in the back. I don't remember talking to many people because I was just sitting in the back and I cried and I cried and I cried. And a couple of y'all came, said hi, gave me a hug, and I hugged and I smiled a little bit and I just sat there and I cried all weekend long. And that's all I needed. I went off by myself. I came back to the office and I just felt so much lighter and so much more ready to serve. So you want to make sure that you're working on yourself, like that it's much easier that when you walk through the door, you're able to detach so that you could love, serve, and be present. Because every single thing that we do with the people that walk through our doors matters. And we want to plant the seed, we want to speak to them, we want to love them, and we want to serve them. So love and service and being present. The other thing I want to talk to you guys is about getting out of your comfort zone, and Dr. Paula has been an influence on me with regards to that. It was many, many years ago, even before I went to chiropractic school, that I was a CA and I was in our monthly meeting at Saturday Night Live. And when I was in our monthly meeting, Dr. Greg Reese actually came up to me and said, "We want you to speak at the front today and share about how chiropractic has impacted your life." And when he actually told me that, I said, "Oh no, that's not happening," because I actually, believe it or not, although I speak at seminars, although I do TV, I'm an introvert. And so when you would tell me to go speak at the front, I was not having it. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Dr. Paula came up to me and said, "When a Nate tells you to speak, you speak." And I share that with you because every opportunity that we get called to speak, every opportunity that presents itself for us to go out there and do a health fair, for us to put a table at the gym, to talk to people about chiropractic, you need to step out of your comfort zone. I don't care if you're seeing 500 people a week. I don't care if you're seeing 1,000 people a week. You need to step out of your comfort zone, go out and teach. Right now, I have an awesome team member that has joined our practice, Dr. Melissa. And guess what? We're going to be working together and getting out of our comfort zones and going out there and teaching and speaking. Now it's my responsibility to train the next generation on getting out of our comfort zones to go out there and speak. So even if you're seeing 500 people a week, and you hear of an opportunity to a health fair, you need to go out there. You hear an opportunity to go speak, you need to go out there, because there's no ad, there's no social media platform that's going to surpass your presence and your energy connecting one-on-one. Before the great scandemic, which is what I call it, I used to do health fairs, and I remember there being a line of people waiting for me to spend 3 to 5 minutes with them. And they were in line for me to tell me about their aches and pains. And guess what? I would listen about their aches and pains, and I would return the conversation with innate intelligence, subluxation, and talk to my CA. She's going to get you scheduled so you and I can spend some more time talking about what's going on and how we can help, right? And I remember like it was yesterday, a line of people, one after the other, one after the other. We need to get back to that. The doors are open. Opportunities out there, we can go out there and speak. So if you're in the comfort zone, please step out. Sometimes you're in the process of building a practice. Sometimes you're in the process of the practice is being built. We need to bump it up to the next level. Or sometimes the practice is doing a little bit of this and we just need to bump it to the next level. And it's not just social media marketing. Please make sure you get out of the comfort zone and go out there and speak. Nothing surpasses the presence of a DE chiropractor in the community. There's just no way anything will surpass that, okay? So get out of the comfort zone. If you guys remember, I think all of you have heard the story of the frog. If you put a frog in a pot of water and little by little you raise the temperature, that frog is going to boil and cook because they're comfortable. They start to relax and they're comfortable. Do not let that happen in your practice, not just because of the practice as an entity, but because our mission, we were called into this mission to reconnect people into life. Every adjustment reconnects them into more life. And people are not going to find out about it as effectively unless we're out communicating. I'm sure many of you guys know this. Pharmaceutical companies spend $8.1 billion on a yearly basis. $8.1 billion to get their word out there. And they're not about getting people healthier, right? So what do we have? We as chiropractors, as an entity, nationally and internationally, don't really have an organization that has those $8.1 billion, but we have each other. And I love to say this when I speak at different seminars. Jesus had 12 disciples. He didn't have $8.1 billion. He had 12 people that firmly believed so much in his mission that they are still fulfilling the mission over 2,000 years later, okay? So B.J. Palmer, G.D. Palmer, and Dr. Sid Williams have hundreds of freaking chiropractors, and we believe in this mission. So $8.1 billion is nothing compared to us and our presence. So you need to get off your butts. You need to tomorrow find a way, get into Google, put health fair, put CrossFit competitions, okay? Find a CrossFit competition in your area and get in there, put a table, okay? Bring a portable adjusting table. And if not, get a table and a chair, okay? Talk to people. You could have it two ways. You could talk to people, set up an appointment. You could talk to people, palpate subluxations. You don't need a portable table. You don't need a SAMS unit. When I do CrossFit competitions, I love to put my hands on people, okay? And if you want to offer a complimentary adjustment, you could do it. And if not, don't offer complimentary adjustment. Follow your heart, but invite them to make sure that they come into your office, because CrossFitters, people that work out in the fields, mommies, everybody needs chiropractic, but they're not going to freaking know it until you talk to people about it. So if there's anything I want you guys to get out of today, and if there's anything I want you guys to gift me out of today, is right now, open a second window. If you could do that and still listen to me, I don't know if it logs you out of this app, but open a second window, go to Google and put CrossFit competitions in my area. We just had a CrossFit competition in my area this last weekend. And I called and they said, oh, we already have another chiropractor. And I said, that's okay. There's tons of people that need chiropractic. I could still be part of it. I don't mind. And out of respect for the other chiropractor, they didn't let me in. But I could tell you this, there's tons of spines. Okay, I can assure you that if there's 100 people in that CrossFit competition or 50 people in that CrossFit competition, what that chiropractor and what I have to provide is two different approaches. And there's plenty of spines for everybody. So you could still say, I would still love to be part of it. And if they say yes, awesome. And if not, you're going to call the next CrossFit competition and you're going to say, I'm a chiropractor in the area. I would love to be part of a vendor or a sponsor. I would love to come in and connect with your competitors. And if they say, oh, I don't know about it, then you say, I would love to provide some complimentary care, and they'll let you in. So you bring in a waiver, you have them sign it with their name, phone number, and email, and you could provide the complimentary adjustment and you invite them into the office at that moment, or you could just go ahead and do a screening. But do me a favor, there's anything that I want you guys to get out of this is get out of your comfort zone, okay? I can assure you that if BJ was alive right now, he'd have a radio station, a TV station, he'd have the biggest advertising company in social media. He'd find a way to get the word out there. And we speak, we are present, we are awesome. As DE chiropractors, our vibrational frequency is over here, okay? So there is nothing that's going to be more powerful than getting your butts out there. So if you could do something, like I said, go into Google, find CrossFit competition, go to health fair and put your zip code and find an event, and then do me a favor and message me via Facebook, text me 770-722-4172. Send me a text message and say, hey, Jen, this is the event that I'm doing. I am going to get so much fulfillment out of knowing that you are getting out there on your feet, with a table, with a spine or a chair, and put your hands on people and talk to people. How do we become effective at screenings? Touch and tell. Touch those subluxations, tell them how it's connected, and get them into the office, okay? And that's basically it. I'm grateful to be part of you guys again, and to be part of the Tuesday call. I am here for whenever you guys want to talk, whenever you guys need guidance on speaking. Get out there and invest in going to DE. And I'm so excited about the 60th year anniversary coming in I think it's October. And so, yeah, that's it. And also, by the way, those of you that got to be this last weekend with Dr. Didi Umber to honor Beth Umber, thank you so much for sharing your pictures in social media. What an iconic couple, just decades of love and service. And just the fact that you guys shared those pictures in social media allowed for many of us to be present at heart. And so with that said, thank you so much for having me be part of tonight's call. And like I said, however I could be of service, please reach out.